If you look under the definition of a losing game, you will probably find the words USA versus the world. It is not uncommon knowledge that this particular battle has been going on for a long time, and in many ways, USA takes pride in this strange phenomenon. How come? Find out in the latest episode of Big Factz, the United States versus the world. Subscribe to our channel and hit the notifications button below for more videos like this. One thing we have to address, the Trump administration is full of people who think that if you are making the rest of the world worried and mad, you are doing something very right. Don't take it from us. Hear it from Nikki Haley, who is a representative to the International Body of America. She said it was a blessing to go into the UN with body armor every day. Clearly, they consider foreign disagreements as vindication or revenge. Not that it started with Trump. This phenomenon was clear in 1993 when President Bill Clinton defended American unilateralism at the UN and then refused to sign the international treaty that banned landmines. His Secretary of State Madeleine Albright said, "We are the indispensable nation." George Bush agreed to this, and with regard to many countries, like Cuba, posed disagreements that defied international opinion. People consider the firmness in the right, which is an admirable trait, but stubborn provincialism is not firmness in the right. USA could learn from people beyond its borders and respect their opinion. Declining to listen to the world community is inviting self-destruction. This is just not a prophecy-like statement. This experience has been evident in Vietnam. This entire 1945 to 1975 war was a colossal error that partly occurred because we wouldn't listen to or give importance to foreigners who knew more than we did. This was also seen in 1963 when the French president, Charles de Gaulle, advised John F. Kennedy to avoid entanglement in this because it would lead the U.S. into a bottomless military and political quagmire. British Prime Minister listened and refused to send British troops alongside Americans. De Gaulle's opinion should have commanded attention because France had already been in Vietnam and tried to maintain colonial rule, which ended in a humiliating defeat. Britain obviously also realized that U.S. military force to impose Western rule on foreign lands is not at all easy. It was a very strange thing to witness for the world. Americans really didn't care that every other developed country except Australia thought that this policy was foolish in the extreme. Americans did what they always do, assume that they are smarter and braver than the critics. Washington always believed that the French president had only given this advice out of jealousy because Vietnam was supposed to be their property. The Capitol had quite the pretty remark for Britain after they refused to get involved. Don't expect us to help you out when the Russians invade Sussex. Of course, our skeptical allies were right to the extreme. If we had only listened to their concerns, over 58,000 American lives would have been saved, and the violent divisions that war created at home would have never existed. But the most important thing about making mistakes is learning from them, which we also don't do. In fact, when Bush began to prepare for invading Iraq, almost all of Europe was strongly against this policy. The leaders of France and Germany refused to join in, even if the government sided with the USA. The British public didn't. Millions of people marched in protest. What did America do? Reaffirm their belief that Europeans are useless appeasers. France and Germany were dismissed as old Europe. Republicans again showed their pettiness by renaming French fries to freedom fries in the congressional cafeterias. Quite the revenge. Surprise, surprise. The foreign critics proved more far-sighted than we were. France and Britain are much too close to the Middle East than we are, and their government knows the mistakes that they made. There is no shame in learning from their mistakes, even none in learning from our mistakes, but definitely when we don't learn no matter what. Trump followed in these footsteps. He defied world consensus by pulling out of the Paris Climate Accord and withdrew from the nuclear deal signed by every developed nation. The assumption still remains in Washington that the only people worth listening to hold a green card. Americans have 20/20 vision, and the rest of the world needs LASIK. Do you agree with this? Comment below, and we'll pin the best one. Like this video and share it with everyone you know. Subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. This was Big Factz. Tune in for more.